Now, this bit is really interesting, and I reckon it goes to the heart of this. Bitcoins and derivative systems referred to as BSV, BTC, BCH, and ABC, together bitcoins, and the corresponding databases are separate and distinct. Each of these bitcoins stem from Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, the white paper. Satoshi Nakamoto's original vision for Bitcoin was small casual transactions, see the white paper, and scaling on-chain, see Satoshi Nakamoto's message from blah, 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 blah. We recognize that BTC, BCH, and ABC now have separate purposes and uses not contemplated by Satoshi Nakamoto. Now this they would thoroughly reject. They still want to stand on the Bitcoin white paper, even though it is correct that they do have separate purposes and uses not contemplated by Satoshi Nakamoto. Now, we'd have to look at each of the different Bitcoins to make a full judgment on that. I mean, BTC has obviously strayed from the white paper. BCH, well, they do small casual transactions, but did they scale? And was it meant to scale? They didn't scale, and it was meant to scale, so it has strayed. As for ABC or eCash, I have no idea, no clue about that system whatsoever. I just see the block sizes are really small. And I guess that would be straying. If that is correct, they have not scaled. So they have actually strayed from the original vision of Satoshi Nakamoto. Now, this paragraph, that would be rejected summarily as the other one. And they're not going to accept this. They're still Bitcoin, right? We undertake to ensure that Bitcoins shall be used for the benefit of humankind broadly and not to launder funds, evade tax, or assist in any other illicit behaviours. So this is about the legalities and the criminality of the case. I'm not going to read the full thing. Just going back to that other paragraph. So this is actually the marketing part of this proposal, I think. This is where he says to the wider audience, look, these guys have actually strayed from the paper. And it gets them to think, well, is that true or not? Now, whether or not it will be successful in getting that message across, I don't know. And this next bit about humankind broadly and tax evasion and all of that stuff, I think what he's trying to do here is that he puts it into the mind of the general public, who is really the target audience, that perhaps there is this kind of criminality in those other chains, with those other chains and the people behind those other chains, right? So this is really a marketing ploy, this proposal. I don't think it's got anything to do with actually getting the opposition to sign this and walking away and working on their projects and focusing on cryptocurrency, right? D, whether in their own capacity or by any affiliates, associates, employees or otherwise, opposition, and I shall not exploit and be prevented from exploiting any BTC, BCH, ABC or BSV database to create, copy, fork or otherwise a new Bitcoin database. So this is about not forking, and it's holding these parties accountable for not forking. So not really sure what to make of that. Fair enough, yeah. But would they agree with that? Maybe, I'm not sure. Any entity shall cease claiming that they represent the original Bitcoin as in, oh, yeah. No. This one, absolutely thrown out the window. They're the original Bitcoin. BTC is definitely, or the people behind BTC are not going to say, oh, we're not the original Bitcoin. Of course they're the original Bitcoin. It says Bitcoin, doesn't it? BTC. So I'm playing devil's advocate here, right? This is what they're going to do. This is what they're going to say. This thing is going to be thrown away straight away. I reckon it'll be very quick. They'll just say, no, 1 or 2 days, it'll be out the window. I'd be shocked if they accepted this. And 8, media. A, opposition cease any media campaigns against me. B, it is intended that where this document is signed as below, that signed version is made publicly available. 9, I believe these terms are broadly uncontroversial. I don't. I think they're very controversial. Many of them are very, very controversial. Beneficial to the industry as a whole, maybe, and intended to draw a fresh start in the history of Bitcoin to guarantee its success in whatever form it takes. I look forward to hearing from you. So, I've basically summed up my thoughts on this. I think it's actually just a marketing ploy. I think it's a marketing ploy to get out to the public what he's facing in terms of his opposition. Whether or not he's Satoshi Nakamoto, these projects have strayed from the original vision. And that's what he wants to demonstrate. He wants to kind of say, look, BSV is the real Bitcoin now. And these guys, they've gone away from it. I also think he wants the reader to read between the lines and see that there may be some illicit activity going on in the crypto space. He's kind of pointing the finger at these people by saying, we undertake to ensure that Bitcoin shall be used for the benefit of humankind broadly and not to launder funds, evade tax, or assist in any other illicit behaviours. Well, COPA's response will be, of course we wouldn't do that. Why are you even suggesting this? Interesting, right? So, stepping back from this document a bit, I reckon Craig Wright has got together with Calvin Ayre and his lawyers, and they've fleshed out how we're going to approach this. Have we got any cards up our sleeve that we want to play now? And they've fleshed out some ideas, and this is what they've come up with. So I reckon they are, as a team, playing a card here. It's a poker game that they're playing, right? I don't think that what they're putting forward here is actually what they want. It's kind of a false flag what they're doing here. That's my opinion anyway. I could be wrong. It could be all genuine. It could be sincere. But yeah, it just doesn't look like it. I mean, his demands in here, they're not going to buy that. So I expect this to be thrown out the window within the next 2 days. They'll say, no, we're going ahead, right? Be very interesting to see. Anyway, I think that's about all I've got to say on the matter. To be honest, I was thinking of not producing this video because I actually am moving away from this sort of contemplation. I just want to focus on development. I want to focus on building on Bitcoin SV. I've got probably another video about this coming, but I'm pumped. I'm pumped with where we are in terms of the technology and Bitcoin SV. At some level, I don't give a shit about this COPA case. I just want us to work on Bitcoin SV and build this system because we've got the best system, and with our efforts, we can make it the best and the people will flock. But we have to put in the work, right? No more hodling, no more stewing over COPA cases, no more of this litigation crap. In the future, things like this will crop up again in the crypto space, maybe in Bitcoin SV, and I'll probably just not even cover it because I want to focus on doing stuff, walking the walk. So that's my video. I guess it'll be part 2 of 2 videos. If you want to chuck me some Bitcoin SV as appreciation for my efforts, that would be gladly accepted. Hope you're all well. Ciao for now.